The Alchemized Career, Aligned Power with Purpose and Legacy, Masterclass. Hey, I'm Claudia Granger, and as you can see, the title of today's presentation is How to Transform Your Soul-Crushing Career and Rediscover Your Professional Purpose and Passion while Creating a Legacy in just 60 days, without sacrificing your status or income, even if you feel trapped by the golden shackles of your seeming success. And that's exactly what we are going to discuss today. Quickly, let me tell you who this is for so that you know you are at the right place. This is for high achieving professionals feeling trapped by the golden shackles of a successful career, leaving them feeling drained and empty, who want to discover their true purpose in under 60 days, even if they're afraid of making a change, who would rather live a joyous life with authentic purpose without losing status or financial achievements. If you're feeling suffocated, unfulfilled, and lost in your high paying career, this presentation is for you. In the next 40 minutes, learn how to discover your authentic professional purpose in under 60 days without having to quit your career or sacrificing your financial security. You can exit your career if you want to, but you surely don't have to. Identify the real reason you're feeling stuck in your career and what you can do to start turning this around today, even if you think it's too late. Understand why following your passion is the absolute worst way to fulfilling work and a radical new approach that works 10 times faster. I'll pinpoint precisely how you can shift from just power to power with purpose, even if that seems like a total mystery right now. How you can go exactly from feeling powerless in your circumstances to being the co creator of your career and your entire life, while being excited each day and nurturing all working and private relationships. And I'll show you to do all this without sacrificing your financial security, social status, or peace of mind. My promise to you. A step by step strategy for reclaiming your professional purpose and passion, designing a career you love in 60 days or less. But before we get into all this, let me just check in with you really quickly to see where you're at. Do you sometimes sit in yet another meaningless meeting and feel your life force literally draining from your body as you calculate how many hours of your precious life you're wasting? Do you ever think about all of your experience and qualifications that got you to this point and feel like a fraud because while it shows success, it doesn't reflect who you really are or what you care about? Do you ever lie awake at night wondering, is this really all there is? This endless cycle of working to pay bills only to need more money to numb your emptiness of work that means nothing to you? Does a part of you feel torn between the comfort of your paycheck and the aching desire to pursue your true and authentic calling? Do you ever feel like a shadow of your once vibrant self with an artificial grin on your face, longing for meaning but too afraid to leap? Do you fear that you will regret missing out on a life you could have lived if you don't make some sort of change? And most of all, are you secretly scared and terrified that you might stay stuck in this soul sucking career forever? And that the unique gifts and talents that truly light you up will never see the light of day because you're too afraid or too comfortable to make a change? That you look back on your life at retirement age and realize that you lived in someone else's agenda? Well, if any of that sounds like you, then I actually have good news because none of these things are the real problem. The real problem is that you haven't made what I call the shifts. And we'll talk about that in just a few moments. But for right now, just understand this. When you make them, you will cultivate a career that fills you with joy and clarity. You'll love your work, not just for the paycheck, but because you finally have a powerful mission that fuels you and that makes you genuinely excited to wake up each day. You'll notice people respond differently to you, drawn to your newfound clarity and purpose, opening doors you never even knew existed. Once you make them, you will experience that profound satisfaction of ending each day knowing you have contributed something meaningful rather than just checking boxes on somebody else's agenda. You'd sleep soundly at night, free from the anxiety and restlessness that comes from living a life misaligned with your true self. And you do all this while maintaining your financial security and while building a legacy that genuinely represents who you are. Quickly, let me introduce myself so that you know who I am and that I know what I'm talking about. My name is Claudia Granger, and I'm the founder of Alchemized Career. Over the past few years, we have helped many professionals just like yourself to reclaim their purpose and passion. The vast majority of our clients were able to do this even if they felt lost, feared change, or thought it was too late. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how they did it. We have spent years working with high professionals to transform their relationship with work. And during that time, we have seen some people who have created an incredible professional transformation. People who went from dreading every workday to waking up energized, making significant contributions they're proud of, and feeling deeply aligned with their work. Meanwhile, I saw hundreds of others who remained trapped in golden handcuffs, slowly watching their life force drain away as they continued to sacrifice their best years for a paycheck or stock options that could never compensate for their misery. And so, over time, I began to really study the top performers who just seemed to be able to find meaningful work and maintain their financial security without having to completely start over. And I realized that there are five very specific things they were doing. So I started to applying those five shifts to our approach and almost immediately saw transformative results. Then I started integrating those into the work I did with clients, and I saw that they were immediately able to discover their authentic purpose so that they could wake up excited about their work, knowing they were making a meaningful contribution while still maintaining their lifestyle and status. The bottom line is that the five shifts you need to make in order to transform your soul crushing career into meaningful work in 60 days or less without sacrificing your financial security, and even if you have no idea what purpose is. I'm going to walk you through all five of them right now on this presentation. The first shift you need to make is to transform your relationship with work, the authenticity effect, which leads you from golden handcuffs to golden opportunities. Being authentic with yourself and others is crucial to shifting from golden handcuffs to golden opportunities. Only when you're authentic will you stand in full authority. Only then can you connect with what is truly meaningful to you and align with people and circumstances that allow you to live your authentic purpose. Authenticity, paired up with possibility thinking, is the foundation of an incredible professional transformation. If you're trapped in the paycheck or passion mindset, you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of resentment and compromise. If you follow your authentic self, however, you will slowly take your power back from the illusion and start seeing options. You take true ownership of your life and career. And here is why. Most professionals have accepted a toxic trade off. They hate significant aspects of their work, the policies, the politics, the meaningless tasks, the Sunday night dread. However, they remain trapped because they love the stability, status, and lifestyle their salary seemingly presents. This golden handcuffs mentality creates a false binary. Either sacrifice fulfillment from financial security or risk everything for meaning. But this is a dangerous illusion that keeps talented professionals stuck in soul crushing careers for much longer than necessary. Now, the problem is that the way most professionals think about their career options is hopelessly broken. Most of the time, professionals see only two paths: they stay miserable but comfortable, or leap in the unknown and potentially struggle. They believe these are the only options, so they resign themselves to the devil they know, growing increasingly bitter as they watch their precious years slip away. They tell themselves this is just how work is, or I should be grateful for this job, all while feeling the life force draining from their body in meeting after meaningless meeting. When you do these things this way, you create a prison of your own making. You become the architect of your own dissatisfaction, building ever stronger walls of reasons why not, until the possibility of meaningful work seems completely unreachable. Meanwhile, the daily grind of work doesn't align with who you truly are, creates a slow burning resentment that eventually touches every aspect of your life. The right way to approach your career transformation is to reject this false paycheck or passion mindset altogether. The most successful professionals don't choose between financial security and meaningful work. No, no. They strategically redesign their relationship with work to incorporate both. And this is where the authenticity effect comes in. This isn't about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about aligning your reality with your authentic self by expanding your vision of what's possible within and beyond your current role. It's about recognizing that your talents, experience, and professional capital can be leveraged in countless ways that maintain or even enhance your financial security while creating space for genuine fulfillment. And you do this in a way that feels true and authentic to you. When you do this, you'll stop feeling trapped by your paycheck and start seeing the abundance of possibilities available to you. You'll experience the profound relief knowing you're not condemned to decades of Sunday night dread to maintain a sufficient lifestyle. In your career transformation, reviewing what is authentically you, your power, and your possibilities thinking is everything. Without it, you will remain trapped in the false choices between your paycheck and your passion. Convince yourself that meaningful work is a luxury you can't afford, and eventually face the devastating realization that you traded your one precious life for a salary that would never compensate for your misery. But with an authentic review of your powers and what authentically matters to you, you pair up with possibility thinking. You discover that financial security and meaningful work aren't mutually exclusive, that your unique talents can create value in ways that align with who you truly are. And you understand that breaking free from the golden handcuffs mentality opens up new opportunities you couldn't previously imagine. And that brings me to the second shift, which is the power audit to recognize your powers that are hidden in plain sight. Your most valuable professional talents are not what you think they are. The abilities you have been taking for granted, things that come so naturally to you, you assume that everyone can do them. They're actually your unique superpowers that organizations desperately need. Most professionals have this completely backwards. They exhaust themselves trying to improve in areas where they're naturally weak, while completely overlooking the exceptional talents that could form the foundation of deeply meaningful work. This blind spot keeps you trapped in roles that drain your energy rather than amplifying your natural genius. That brings me to shift number 2, the power audit. And this is how you do it. Instead of focusing exclusively on what you've been trained to do, now you're conducting a comprehensive power audit that uncovers the specific patterns of talents that energize rather than exhaust you. This changes everything. Because once you recognize your unique powers, you can strategically position yourself to use these talents more frequently. Create both greater impact and deeper satisfaction. Your value to any organization skyrockets when you're operating from your zone of genius rather than merely competence. And this is my client, Ariana. She came to us feeling suffocated by a high paying job. Her dream was to wake up feeling excited about her work rather than filled with dread to create a meaningful impact at her workplace. She had wasted years trying traditional career advice and then got nowhere and thought about more job hopping. I advised her to redefine her success in terms of personal fulfillment through courageous authenticity, while also conducting a power audit to uncover her natural talents that had been hiding in plain sight. She thought this was a little crazy, but she was willing to give it a try anyway. She took the opportunity and won. Almost immediately, Rihanna experienced newfound clarity and motivation. Today, she leads a section of a nonprofit organization, and her passion for psychology, combined with her willingness to explore patterns, understand them, and shift them, has transformed not only her life, but also the lives of her colleagues and even her boss in every way. So here's the bottom line. If you want to transform your soul crushing career, you need to understand that your most valuable professional talents are the ones you're taking for granted. And that is what trapped professionals usually don't understand. If you just grasp this one idea, you'll stop exhausting yourself trying to be someone you're not. You'll discover a wellspring of energy when you work from your zone of genius, and you'll create exponentially more value for any organization. And you will feel that profound relief of finally being seen for your authentic self and your authentic contribution too. And that brings me to the next shift, the aligned power with purpose system. And that's my secret weapon. It's the most powerful way to identify what creates genuine fulfillment for you specifically. Discover how to align your work with your authentic values and create deep satisfaction in your professional life while maintaining financial security, honoring your existing professional capital. And it works even if you've been feeling lost for decades, and even if you have no idea what your purpose is. But before we talk about what works, let's talk about what doesn't work, because there are probably some things you've tried or are considering that haven't worked and can't work. And I want to let you know right now that if you have tried any of this stuff and gotten nowhere, it's not your fault. Conventional wisdom is naturally a recipe for conventional results. Everyone's telling you that if you want to find meaningful work, you need to do more job hopping or following your passion, get another degree or certification, make a dramatic career change, sacrificing financial security, take a sabbatical to find yourself, start your own business, work for a nonprofit, and attend endless networking events. And then maybe you'll find fulfillment. These are mere band-aids for the real problem. And here's why it's dumb. Getting more credentials assumes your dissatisfaction stems from a knowledge gap rather than a meaning gap. You end up more qualified for work you still don't want to do. Following your passion ignores the reality that meaning comes from contribution, not just enjoyment. Turning your hobby into a job kills the joy while creating financial stress. Making dramatic career changes as they waste all your hard earned professional capital and relationships. Starting over from scratch is unnecessary, disruptive, and absolutely risky. These approaches all assume that meaning exists only in specific industries or roles, completely ignoring that fulfillment comes from how you contribute your unique talents, not what work field you're in. And does this make sense? Imagine spending your years climbing a ladder only to discover it's leading against the wrong wall. Now imagine doing that again and again, getting new credentials, switching companies, changing industries. All while the real source of fulfillment has nothing to do with it on the wall, but with how you uniquely climb and what you uniquely see from your vantage point. And that brings me to the next shift, which is the aligned power with purpose system. So, if that doesn't work, then what does? You don't need to follow your passion or sacrifice financial security. With the new way, the aligned power with purpose and legacy system, you can have it all. This will lead you from a seemingly powerless employee to a powerful co creator. All you need is a systemic approach to aligning your authentic talents with work that matters to you. And it works like this: identify your authentic powers in the power audit, create your meaning matrix, develop your professional purpose statement, and implement your success transfer plan. This approach works because it focuses on alignment rather than dramatic change, leverages your existing professional capital rather than wasting it, and recognizes that meaning is created through your unique contribution pattern and not just the field you're working in. So, this is how the aligned power with purpose system works. First, you identify through a comprehensive power audit when you felt both effective and energized. This allows you to recognize your unique talents that create exceptional value without exhausting you. Then you create your professional meaning matrix to decode exactly what creates fulfillment for you specifically. This allows you to make decisions with complete clarity about what truly matters to you. Next, we develop your professional purpose statement that defines your professional identity by contribution rather than by role or industry, which leads us to create magnetic clarity that attracts aligned opportunities. Finally, we'll be able to implement your success transfer plan. That enables us to strategically leverage your existing achievements and relationships while pivoting towards work aligned with your authentic purpose. Does this make sense? Do you see why the Alchemized career alignment power to purpose system is the best? Why it is so much better than following your passion, job hopping, or getting another degree? This is my client James. And even though it's an AI created image of him, it reflects exactly his big smile he wears these days. James was at the end of his when he came to me. He had spent thousands on coaches and psychology sessions. He felt the void and was isolated in his high powered independent contractor role. He had spent years trying to succeed and find satisfaction in this role. I encouraged him to examine the root cause of his dissatisfaction and conduct a power audit first. Through these career oriented reflections, things began to change almost immediately. I also showed him the meaning matrix system, and then we aligned things even further. Paired up with his I am mindset, he was unbeatable. Almost right away, James discovered that his deepest fulfillment came from mentoring and developing others, something he had been doing informally for years but never considered central to his professional identity. Today, he is transitioned from technical management leading talent development initiatives within his same client company, earning more recognition than he ever thought possible in the process. His anxiety has disappeared. His family and friends notice he's present and energized, and he's built a reputation as a transformative leader. The bottom line: following your passion, making dramatic career changes, and accumulating more credentials are among the worst ways to find meaningful work. They overlook your unique contribution pattern and waste your professional capital. The meaning matrix is the only way to discover what creates genuine fulfillment for you specifically. Align your work with your authentic values and transform your relationship with work without quitting your job, sacrificing financial security, or starting from scratch. Just finding meaningful work isn't enough. We also want to create a legacy, don't we? Because if we achieve meaningful work without creating a legacy, we miss the opportunity to extend our impact beyond our immediate circle. That brings me to the next shift, which is how to create a legacy of impact with joy. The simple truth is that just creating meaningful work is just not enough. What truly matters and what we want is to leave a lasting legacy that extends our impact beyond our immediate reach. And that's why things like job hopping or following passing interest don't work in the long run, because they also don't allow you to build something enduring. And when we focus on joy, we open ourselves to deeper satisfaction in our careers, lives, and while also adding magnetism. So let's talk about how to create that now. This is my client, Jane. When Jane came to us, she was obsessed with finding meaningful work. That was priority number one. So we fixed that right away. And she didn't even feel joy anymore. And so entrenched she in her daily grind and feeling that she was never enough. Further, she started filling her inner with shopping to uplift her spirits and was almost to the point of addiction. Now, that was not very becoming to her bank account at all. Not only did I help her to discover what brought her true joy, but I also helped her incorporate that joy into her work, ultimately saving her bank account from financial ruin and also herself. But she also wanted to create a lasting legacy. So here's what we did. I helped Jane see that her professional purpose statement could extend beyond her day to day role and into a broader version of impact. Unlike job hopping, which starts the legacy building process over each time, or focusing solely on personal fulfillment, which can be self limiting, the alchemized career aligned power with purpose system naturally extends into legacy building. As you clarify how your unique contribution pattern can solve problems that matter to you on an increasingly larger scale. And today, Jane's life looks like this. She's found deep fulfillment in her role as a strategic advisor, where she leverages her natural system thinking abilities daily. She also created a mentorship initiative within her industry that's now being adopted by other organizations, extending her impact far beyond her immediate role. And Jane is doing all of this without working longer hours, without sacrificing time with her family, and without having to explain any of this dramatic career change to her professional network. Without creating a lasting legacy, meaningful work doesn't reach its full potential. That's just a fact. If you don't have both, at some point you will feel like your impact is too limited to truly matter. But when you have both, you wake up every day knowing your work extends beyond yourself. You see the ripple effect of your contribution spreading to people you have never even met. And you experience the profound satisfaction of knowing your unique talents will continue making a difference long after you're gone. And all of this is possible if, and only if, you do shift number 5, and that is investing in mentoring. Everyone who wants to transform their relationship with work should have a mentor. And wouldn't you say that there are some new ideas in your head right now that wouldn't be there if you didn't make time for this masterclass? And here's the harsh truth. Most people never escape their soul crushing careers. They would rather spend their life putting band aids on their pain, whatever those are. They might try, but they get overwhelmed by options, paralyzed by fear of making the wrong move, distracted by quick fix solutions that lead nowhere. Great mentoring prevents that. If you want to maximize your chances of transforming your career in less than 60 days, going from just power to power with purpose and legacy, you need strategy and accountability only a mentor can bring. Now you have a choice. You can keep dragging yourself through each workday, feeling the life draining from your body in meaningless meetings, working for somebody else's agenda, eventually retire with profound regret about a life not authentically lived and a contribution you never made. You can try to silence your discontent with a bigger title or salary. Keep struggling with the growing emptiness no amount of external validation can fill, and then waking up one day realizing you've sacrificed your one precious life for somebody else's priority. Or you can be done with all that and belong to the 15% who step up in their professional life. Discover your authentic purpose, transform your relationship with work, align your career with something that fuels and energizes you. Create a legacy of meaningful impact in as little as 60 days without sacrificing your financial security. And here's what I have for you. I've set aside some time in the next 48 hours to do a free Power with Purpose career audit. I want to figure out if it's possible for you to discover your authentic professional purpose and the fastest and best way to get there. Whatever your most significant career challenges might be right now, we have encountered it and know how to overcome it. Book a call using the calendar below. We'll jump on Zoom for about 40 minutes and we're going to solve as many problems in your professional life as we can. I'll show you how to stop feeling the Saturday night dread that poisons your entire weekend, exactly how to identify your unique powers that create exceptional value, pinpoint why you're feeling disconnected from your work despite your success, and identify exactly how you can transform your career in 60 days starting today. We'll research the exact problem that's stopping you from finding meaningful work and show you the exact steps how to solve that once and for all. Cost? Absolutely free. But you must be a successful professional feeling trapped in your current role and yearning to express your untapped potential and to be serious about creating meaningful work and willing to invest what it takes to get there. If that's you, use the form under this video and book your free Power with Purpose career audit. Space is limited. And the last thought I want to leave with you today. It's truly possible to transform your soul crushing career into meaningful work you love, but it won't happen by itself. So book a call today and let's help you. I am passionate and believe wholeheartedly that everyone should have power with purpose, true, authentic purpose, and create a legacy. I'm Claudia Granger. Thank you for joining me today, and don't procrastinate, don't fear. Let's talk.